I'm Courtney, and this is Slow Yoga. Today we'll take 15 minutes to ground and recharge. It doesn't take long and it doesn't take much, but you'll leave feeling restored, feeling a deeper sense of self-connection, and you might have a better understanding of what you need moving forward in your day. So gather anything you might like to have. Quick note about the sound, I'm still working it out. So if you hear some pops, a little fuzz here and there, you can think of it like the nostalgic warmth of a record player. And we'll meet back on the mat for slow yoga. We'll start with pranayama, breath of fire. Traditionally, to do this breathing exercise, you sit hips on top of heels. Now, this isn't terribly accessible for all of us, so if this is a bit too much intensity on your ankles or feet, you can sit on top of a pillow or a bolster or a block. You could even sit cross-legged. But any way you sit, make sure that it's a stable seat and that you can lengthen through the spine. I'm going to create as much length through the body as possible here. We use the arms as scaffolding, so the upper body stays lifted, and we have ample space here between the rib cage and the low belly. We just concentrate on the exhale breath in breath of fire. Actually, let me demonstrate this from the side so you can see the action. The action that facilitates the exhale is actually a snapping in of the belly. And as you snap the belly in, you expel the air from the mouth. You don't have to think about the inhale. So as soon as the belly releases, the air goes in automatically. Just concentrate on the exhale. If you're thinking about the inhale, you'll end up more or less hyperventilating. Let's avoid that. So sit up nice and tall. We'll do 30. We'll do 2 rounds of 30. If you feel some cramping, normal. And if you need to take a pause and come back in a beat or 2 later, totally fine. And if you feel some heat, you're doing it right. So sit up tall, relax your belly, open the chest, take a breath. I'm not sure if that was 30. Okay, we're going to do one more round of about 30. Sit up tall, relax your shoulders, take a breath. And then just come into normal breathing. Maybe a gentle roll of the neck and shoulders. Gotta be honest, that never feels good to me. I always want it to feel good. It doesn't. Let's go to hands and knees. I'm still working with a rotator cuff injury, so I don't have much mobility on my right arm. If you are able-bodied, you're blessed. And if you're working with limited range of motion, that's okay. You're in good company. But find your equal weight distribution here. And then just do some exploratory movement through the spine, through the hips. Notice where your sort of natural, easy range of motion is today, without ever getting too edgy, just what feels easy and good. And really start to sync your breath with the movement. So really you're finding the way that the breath and body move together. You can come into a child's pose if that feels intuitive for you. Bringing the ear towards the hip, and then again the other side. Stay with breath. And then just some cat-cow spines. Inhale, open, and exhale, rounding the spine. And then what we can do to build prana here is actually use the breath and use the intensity of the depth of movement to generate heat. So you find what's right for you. What's the pace? What's the depth that feels warming in the body? And then on an exhale, come back into child's pose. And slowly come back up to a seated position. We'll come all the way up onto the knees. And we'll do camel. Don't be scared. I know it's a little early for camel, so this can be a little baby camel if that's what feels right. So you bring your hands to support yourself. This is very much about supporting yourself and trusting yourself. You're on top of your knees, feet down. You push your hips forward, lift your chest up, open up the chest and shoulders, and you can just start to drop the head back. You can keep the chin a little tucked if it feels too intense on the neck. And then slowly be mindful about how you're coming out. So one vertebra at a time, the head comes up last. Press yourself all the way back out using the hands. And then again, you can come into child's pose. And then coming back onto the knees, we're going to move the spine in the opposite direction. So you're going to reach for the heels, take a deep breath, lift up, and then tuck your chin, round down one vertebra at a time. Bring your forehead to your knees. Once forehead and knees touch, roll onto the top of your head and then pull on your heels. Bring your hips towards your shoulders. Bring the shoulders up towards the ceiling. Keep the feet down. Press the shoulders up. Pull the belly in towards the spine. And then slowly round out one vertebra at a time. Head comes up last. And breathe. And then again, come onto tabletop. And just press your hips up into a down dog. You can walk your down dog out a bit, pressing your hips up. Breathing through the side body. And then extend the right leg up and swoop the right foot all the way forward. Place the back foot down, turn the back foot out 45 degrees, and then ground through the feet to rise up. And you can bring hands up into the air into warrior one. You can also have hands on hips or hands in prayer position. But you're rooting down through the feet, finding stability in the legs, connection with the earth, and you're moving the energy up through the body, up through the fingertips. Come into warrior two, open up the arms. Come back up through the center, rotate into warrior one. Find the strength and stability of your legs. So if that means making adjustments in the shape so that you feel stable, take whatever adjustments you need. Maybe it's not as deep, maybe it's a little bit deeper. Come into warrior two, open up the arms. And then come back up through the center. And then let's fold forward. Just let yourself hang here. Walk your hands over to the right. For a twist, you can reach the right arm up. Stay with breath. And then walk your hands over to the left. And reach up. And then slowly come down, come back through center. You walk the feet a little closer together. And then just bring your hips down. Now this shape also is not accessible for all anatomies. Depending on how our legs fit into the socket of the hip joint. This might mean that the heels aren't able to come down. Perfectly fine. Bring the hands forward. You can come onto the balls of your feet. Maybe I'll do this from the side. Right, and if that still isn't working, you can come up against a wall or the base of a couch, but take some support behind your body to anchor against. And then you can use the elbows to open up through the groin, through the middle line, and lengthen up. And then you can walk the hands forward. Drop your head down. And then slowly, head comes up last. Extend the legs forward. Reach up, and you can reach forward, fold over your legs. Might be nice to have a cushion here if you want to rest. It's okay to bend the knees too. Find what feels like a comfortable level of stretching for you. Something you can relax into. And breathing is important here. So make sure that breathing is easy breath and that you're connected to it. The breath is really where we're generating the energy. The body is opening it so that the breath can truly move and oxygenate all parts of the body. This could be a good time just to check in with your body and just to notice if there's another shape, another way of moving and breathing that feels intuitive for you now, that feels restorative, or even something that you're curious about. This could also be a nice time for an extended savasana. So take what you need for loving self-care and come and see me again for more slow yoga. If you have a moment and you appreciated this video, please like, share, and subscribe. This is a new passion project for me and one that I am excited to continue, and it's very helpful if I know that there are people on the other side and that this is not just me in a living room by myself talking to my dogs. So let me know you're out there, and I'll be back again soon with more slow yoga.